my bookshelf fell. It snapped at the middle. Got a bunch of games on the floor. Some of them knocked down. PlayStation, Xbox stuff. Yeah. So happy holidays to the bookshelf. You suck. So one thing that we talk a lot about on this channel is Nintendo and their stability stuff, because it seems like Nintendo is all about stability with some of their updates. You get updates for systems, you get updates for games, and usually a lot of them are based on stability, especially older games, because of the fact that, well, they're not doing anything with those games currently. They're not making new content for them. So a lot of people wonder, well, why? Why are they doing stability updates? And now we might actually have the reason, because if you currently own a Nintendo Switch or even a 3DS or a Wii U, I highly suggest you go ahead and you change your password on it, especially if you play a lot of first-party Nintendo games, because there's a new exploit out there that was recently discovered that pretty much makes you vulnerable in the sense that somebody can access your account, and not only just access your Nintendo Switch Online account to make fraudulent purchases, but they can actually get your information, such as like your name and your street address. And that obviously would lead to a whole slew of different problems if they're trying to hack you, because, well, you probably have a credit card or something attached to your Nintendo Switch Online account so that you can make purchases easily. And yeah, this isn't a good thing. So let's go ahead and talk about what's being talked about here, how it sort of came to be discovered, and talk about why you need to change your passwords probably right now. This is a thread done by Pablo MK7. I guess he's a big fan of Mario Kart 7, because I don't think it's Mortal Kombat 7. And he's a homebrew developer for the 3DS. Make sure you go check him out on Twitter, should you like to do so. Here is a ENL Buffer Pwn, that's a funny name, CVE ID pending, of course, a severe vulnerability in many first-party 3DS, Wii U, and Switch games. It allows remote code execution in a victim console by just having an online session with an attacker. So this is kind of showing what is going on here, at least on the 3DS side of things, but like I said, this is applicable to any systems such as Wii U and, of course, the Nintendo Switch, where they can access basically all of your stuff simply by playing an online game with them. Now, you might remember recently, we just had an update for Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, and everyone was like, what the hell is that? Like, why are they updating this game? They're obviously not adding in any new content for it. So why did they update it? Well, this is actually the reason why, because of this exploit that was found, and Nintendo is slowly but surely trying to remove this exploit, but they still haven't done it for all of the games here. Combined with other OS exploits, the vulnerability could allow an attacker to achieve full console takeover and steal sensitive information or take audio or video recordings. It has scored a 9.8 out of 10 critical in the CVSS 3.1 calculator. I'm not going to act like I know what that means. Like, I don't know what that calculator means. I don't know. But if it's a 9.8 out of 10, that's pretty damn high. I think we can all agree on that. Now, Nintendo has been releasing patches for affected games during 2022. A list of games that are known to have had the vulnerability report at some time can be found in the vulnerability report. The vulnerability was safely reported by Pablo MF6. That's Pablo MK7. Another guy, Rambo 6 Glaze, and Fish Guy independently during 2021 and 2022 through Nintendo's HackerOne program. In my case, I received a $1,000 bounty. So basically, Nintendo has this program where if you find like hacks and exploits and stuff like that, you can actually snitch and report them to Nintendo. But I feel like in this case, this is actually something worth telling Nintendo about, and Pablo got a grand, so salute, Pablo, salute. Also, I'd like to thank Nintendo for giving me the opportunity to collaborate in finding and research of this vulnerability and putting resources in fixing it in older titles. I hope these actions have created a safer online gaming environment. Note that this vuln was found by hackers in Mario Kart 7. We're not going to read all that. But I do want to take a look at the vulnerability report itself, because I feel like that's actually pretty interesting as far as seeing what titles are impacted by this, because obviously GitHub can't be reached right now. I don't know why, because why would it be able to be reached right now? So we're going to look at it from another perspective. Maybe hackers were trying to get me for talking about this, but now I've got the GitHub file up and running. So basically just sort of summarizing what we already know about this exploit, and then these are the games that were actually impacted by it. So we had Mario Kart 7, which actually got a patch. Mario Kart 8, that's the vanilla edition on the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was fixed in this patch here. Animal Crossing New Horizons, ARMS, Splatoon, the original Splatoon, Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, both of which have been fixed. Super Mario Maker 2 fixed in a patch. Nintendo Switch Sports fixed in late 22, exact version unknown, and probably more. So pretty much any game that is a Nintendo Switch game that is done by Nintendo probably has this exploit in it. I'm actually interested if Mario Strikers Battle League actually has this exploit in it as well. So basically, it's just breaking down all the sort of technical mumbo jumbo of it. If you want to check it out, go check it out. It's on Pablo's thing here. But it's a very interesting thing because it just shows you how things can actually be missed and how hackers are able to take advantage of things that, you know, the average person isn't going to think of here. Like, I don't think a lot of average people are going to be like, okay, well, we could do it with the payload and set it to buffer 0. It'll trigger an overflow in the remote console at data PTR or buffer 1, and then we could do, like, you know, it obviously takes a lot of work to do something like this, but the fact that it exists is something that should concern you, and especially considering the fact that we know what the ramifications of this are. So essentially, what should you do? You know, should you avoid playing Nintendo? No, you shouldn't avoid playing Nintendo games. You know, don't fear the Reaper, don't fear the hacker. But basically what you need to do is you need to go ahead and probably change your password on your Nintendo Switch just to be safe, because obviously this is something that has impacted a lot of people. I think a lot of people have played a lot of the games that are available on this list. I mean, let's be real, they're first party Nintendo Switch titles, and all because somebody hasn't accessed their information yet doesn't necessarily mean they don't have like a database file or something where they might go back and research something like this and then put in your information and be able to take over your console when you connect online. So, you know, this is something you see, you know, Fortnite bucks. That seems to be a very popular thing where people will purchase things on Fortnite and people are like, I didn't buy this, you know, it wasn't me. But Shaggy, you know, you gotta blame Shaggy. You could say it wasn't me, but Nintendo might look at you with a bit of a stank eye. So it's good that Nintendo is indeed, you know, doing something about this, but the fact that it was there and the fact that these individuals were able to find it, you know, it is a bit concerning. Like, I think that's one thing Nintendo definitely doesn't put a lot of thought into, is kind of their online stuff, you know, as far as safety is concerned. You know, over safety when it comes to like, oh, you can't voice chat with people, but they can steal your password and stuff and you know, take over your account. That's fine. That's a little bit different. At least you didn't say poo-poo pee-pee head to them in native voice chat in the game. So, long story short, go ahead, change your password, protect yourself online, and protect yourself from these Telegram people in the comments section. They're not me, okay? If it doesn't have a check by the name, it's not me. I hate hackers that do stuff like this to take advantage of people. It's stupid. Like, go outside, touch a woman or a man, I don't know. But let me know what you think of this in the comments section down below. Make sure you go ahead and change your password. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, since I gave you valuable information that will help you in the long run. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.